Ready?
12 months ago, this series began following 4 young men as they joined the British Army.
Show me your war face! Stop being weak!
2 dropped out as the reality of fighting in Afghanistan proved too much. But for Darren Meads, becoming a soldier gave him a way out of signing on the dole and living with his mum.
There's no jobs in Civvy Street at all. I mean, I've been out of work for nearly 3 years.
Get on your belt buckle, not crawl!
And for Andrew, 40, serving Queen and country has enabled him to support his 3-year-old son.
How you doing?
He doesn't understand what war is, and how do you explain things like that to a 3-year-old?
But now the training is over.
Where you're going, you will go.
They're about to embark on a 6-month tour of duty in Afghanistan, where over 380 British troops have been killed.
Just keep me dead.
But will fighting in a war zone live up to their expectations?
I've took photos of my legs and I've named them, just in case I lose them.
This goes to show I've been grafting, doesn't it?
And if they make it through their tour in one piece,
We're gonna get fucking wrapped up, pig!
will they still want to be soldiers in the British Army?
Jump up! Pushing round from the right! Man down! Jump up!
Jesus Christ.
Stand to! Stand to!
After an 8-hour flight from the UK, the soldiers have arrived on Camp Bastion, the main British military base in Afghanistan.
Glad I'm here now. Finally, started what I've been trying to do for the last 1.5 years. Like, yeah.
As a rifleman, we don't really care. As a rifleman, you want to go out, you want to get as many kills as you possibly can. You want to disarm as many IEDs as you can and come home with as least casualties and deaths as you can. That is, as a rifleman, that's our mission. That's what we're here to do.
I don't want to get blown up. Yeah, I don't want to lose my legs or my arms, definitely not. I'd rather not come back than lose my legs.
The soldiers will be spending the first week of their tour on Camp Bastion, before heading to the district of Nari Siraj, one of the most dangerous places in Afghanistan. Only hours after landing, it's up to the largest coalition force in Afghanistan, the US Marines, to brief the new arrivals on their mission and the difference between fighting a war and fighting an insurgency.
Got any infantry guys in here? Yeah, woo! Couple points I want to bring out is the difference between a counterinsurgency and conventional warfare. Conventional warfare, what you've been trained to do, right? You're going out on a patrol. You're out with your guys on a convoy, and you start receiving fire from a compound. What are you going to do? Return fire! Get on that 50 cal! Do, 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 do. And then they're still shooting at you. You're still receiving fire. What are you going to do? Escalate the force. Get on that GMG. Throw some grenades in there. Thoo, 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 thoo. and they're still shooting at you, you're still receiving fire, what are you going to do then? Call in air support! JDAM! Boom! Sound about right? But that's what we've been trained to do, right? Conventional warfare. We've been trained to kill. But in a counterinsurgency, that can't be our main objective. We have to concentrate on securing the population. Yes, there are still kinetics in counterinsurgency, but that cannot be our primary focus. What we have to do is find the population's sources of instability and their core grievances. That way we can get them on our side. By our side, I mean Jaroa. It's not about us having legitimacy here. It's about the government of the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, or Jaroa, having legitimacy. Population is the prize. That's what we have to focus on in a counterinsurgency. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get us the hell out of here. Everybody got it?
BFBS.
Morning. This is Breakfast. Charlene Guy.
BFBS.
It's the British Forces Broadcasting Service live from our studios in Afghanistan. A very good morning to you, Charlene Guy with you. Hope you're good as you're waking up today. Wherever it be, a fob, a PB or a checkpoint, if you're out on ops, good to have you listening along. Right weather today in the Stanners, absolutely red as again. And if you're in Bastion, highs of 42 today. Just can't stop sweating really.
The soldiers will acclimatise on Camp Bastion, which since the war began has grown to nearly 4 times its original size. Home to over 21,000 coalition troops, it's now almost half the size of Milton Keynes. And with over 600 flights passing through every day, it's busier than Stansted Airport.
Philby, Bird, Clark, 40, Jenkins, Mead, Mealy.
Once on the front line, Darren and Andrew and their fellow soldiers will be fighting in small 8-man teams in remote areas. So it's essential that they can react to serious incidents like improvised explosive devices or IEDs.
Okay, my name's Sergeant Melvin. I'm a combat medical technician. And what we're going to do is we're going to run through a systematic approach to a casualty, all right? It might be a little bit different to what you've done before, but what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and make things better for you out on the ground, okay? Some simple techniques and procedures that'll helpfully help you if the inevitable or whatever does happen, okay?
Over 380 British soldiers have been killed since the war began, and more than 1,700 have been seriously injured.
Right, okay, he's now on patrol. Hopefully not like that, all right? Because that'd scare them to death, wouldn't it? Imagine him coming down out of a PB, you'd be worried, all right? This man means business. Okay, and then we hit an IED, and he goes, boom! What's going to happen as soon as he stands on that device? Think about how does the explosion go? Does it go as a V? So where's that pressure going to take his arms? Up, good. So he's going to get fragged to the side of the chest wall as well. Where's that rifle going to go, guys? Straight into his grid, okay? It's going to smash him on his jawline down there. He's going to get a fractured jaw, maybe a fractured zygoma as well. Bit of blast ear, maybe a bit of blast lung as well. He's going to have big chunks missing out of either side of his legs from where that frag's gone in and mashed him up and all that kind of stuff, all right? So what I want you to do is line the floor now for me, big lad. Right, what's going to happen to this leg now? What kind of state's it going to be in? What's going to be all over it? Okay, that is not far exaggerated to what it's going to be like, but you're going to have blood, bits of flesh and bones sticking out as well, okay? And you go. Start washing that leg down as quickly as you can. And what you do is you're going to go underneath, get it nice and tight from the start, okay? And I guarantee you, right, hand on heart, you will stop that bleeding if you do that, all right? You will make sure he goes home alive. What I want you to do is just come and hold his hand for me. Hold his hand. Is that gay? Is that gay when his legs are missing? When he's crying? That's not gay, all right? Because the last sense to go in the human body is his hearing. The first sense to come back is his hearing, okay? He doesn't want to hear him saying, fucking, oh, boss, rifleman blogs his fucking legs are in Mohammed's compound. Does someone want to go and get him? Because it's going to send him massively over the edge, isn't it, all right? He needs to keep him calm at all times and reassure him. Because the next thing he's going to feel is 10, 9, 8, sleep, Sally Oak. And he'll wake up in Sally Oak and he'll be looking for his oppo that was holding his hand, telling him he was going to be all right. Remember that, guys. And you know what? It'll all come together and someone will go home that shouldn't go home, and that'll be a fantastic achievement. I hope you go away and I hope you have a successful tour, all right, guys? I really do. Thank you very much.
If there was somebody there that needed my help, I'd be all over it. And I guarantee you I would use some of that guy's techniques from that like hour lesson. Straight away I'd just think, right, I'm going to do that, what he taught me.
Darren and Andrew's battalion is split into 4 different companies. They're both serving in A Company, which consists of 110 soldiers. Their company commander is Major Carl Boswell, also known as Chuckles. With the responsibility of leading his men into battle, he knows the size of the task that lays in store for him and his men.
Now, historically, summer tours are notoriously violent, and I think if you expect anything less, then you're an idiot. It's all about the poppy harvest. We've just had the harvest now, and I say the Taliban that people talk about generally spend their time in the fields cutting the poppy, and when that's over, it's back to the basics again, which is us.
Chuckles has left behind his 2 young children and wife, Polly.
She had sent me out a photo book for my birthday. There we go. A little album. It was an ambush, an emotional ambush. Very sweet. My 2 very gifted children, skateboarding inside. Holidays. This is for a bad day, because pictures like that can't help make you smile. Yeah, she put a quote in, actually. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Martin Luther King, Jr. And she says, our darling Chuckles, hurry home to us safe and sound and know that you are with us in whatever we do. All our love, forever.
Stay on your toes.
Before Darren and Andrew and the rest of the company head to the front line, they're putting the finishing touches to their training.
Just your legs. Because if the shit hits the fan, you're going to be lifting him and running him out of ball.
They need to adjust their bodies to the searing 50-degree heat of the desert.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, here we go.
Practice their emergency combat drills under pressure.
Rifleman Rees is unconscious and needs to be evacuated. On you go.
And fire their weapons in the grueling climate.
I've had 4 litres already this morning. It's mad. Get sick of it though. Love a beer.
Life on the front line will mean leaving behind the relative luxuries of Camp Bastion. Access to phones and emails will be limited, meaning chances to speak to loved ones may be scarce. So before they leave, Darren and Andrew are calling their mums.
Hello, Mum, you all right? You all right? Oh, you all right then? Yeah, good. Yeah, it's all right, yeah. A bit hot. It's driving me mad now. I can't get used to it, yeah. There's just bottles and bottles of water everywhere. But you can't chuck it over you because you just burn. It dries in like a minute. I'm just constantly sweating. But it's good. We have been learning a lot. I definitely feel a lot more confident about going out there now. Yeah. Have you got a key in there?
Andrew's left behind his 3-year-old son, Kian.
Hello, little man. You OK? Have you been a good boy? OK. Remember, it's your birthday soon, so you have to tell me what you want. You're going to have to write a list of presents you want. All right. All right, bye. Make sure you're a good boy, yeah? Yeah, I love you too. I'll see you soon, OK? Yeah, I've wrote my letter. Right, I've wrote like a death letter. Not that you want to know this, but I've wrote one anyway. And obviously, if anything does happen, to give Kian it, obviously when he's older and that. But not that it will. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, Mum. But all right, and I'll speak to you soon. I love you, bye. God, yeah, it feels good now. I've spoken to all of them at once. Yeah, Mum's happy anyway. She's so glad she spoke to me and that. She's got a key in the Easter egg for Easter. I didn't even know it was Easter. She seems all right, though. She doesn't seem too bothered about it. I think I just won't tell her much anyway.
Finally. Who did you think it was? I can't wait to get off this camp. I just want to get out on the ground now. I'm not, I'm just bored and tired. Q-tips as well, if you can. Yeah, it's fine. Toothpaste and stuff. No, I haven't run out yet, but I will do when I get there. Oh, don't send me stupid shit. Right, I'm going anyway. I love you too. I will. Yes. Speak to you soon. Love you too. Bye. Bye, Mum.
Back in Doncaster, Darren's mum has found his army report from basic training.
He did really well at everything. He's got, like, team spirit B, puts the needs of others before his own, maturity B, wise beyond his years. Darren, wise beyond his years.
He was the top recruit in his platoon at Catterick, winning awards and passing out with flying colours.
Determination and courage A, can push himself exceptionally hard. Physical robustness and stamina B, very fit and robust. Appearance and bearing B. Self-confidence C, comes across as a cocky little bugger, but he isn't. Leadership potential A, a natural leader, and he is considered one of the top 3 in the platoon. E is an all-round excellent young soldier who has huge amounts of potential and should develop into a first-class rifleman. It's a good report, that. And I found that in his bag. Better than his school reports. His school reports were horrendous.
Are you proud?
Very, very proud. Grade B, very proud. I don't know why he didn't show it me, no idea. I don't even know if he knows I've got it, but I've got it, Darren.
Darren and Andrew and the 110 men of A Company are about to fly to the front line, to the district of Nari Siraj, only a 10-minute flight away.
Everyone says, you know, it does change you. I think it'll make me appreciate civvy life and life back home. And I think a lot of civvies and that at home don't appreciate the job that we do and understand it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like being scared of it or fearing like dying, because it keeps you alert, keeps you awake. So then you're thinking about your drills a lot more. So I think it's a good thing.
Once on the ground, they'll be split into 8-man teams called multiples and operate within the area of Patrol Base 4 and its 3 surrounding checkpoints. Their mission is to drive the Taliban out of Nari-Siraj and into the desert away from the local communities. At checkpoint 2, Darren and the 7 other soldiers he's fighting with have just been fired upon by Taliban insurgents.
Boss! Yeah. The three civvies that were under the tree, they're about 200 metres away. Did you get that?
Yeah, roger.
We've had a few rounds fired towards the CP.
Hey, Del, they'll be nicking my kill.
Yeah, I seen Tomo.
Behind the wall, mate. He's just stood there. There he is.
Yeah, I seen.
So there'll be more people there. Someone be...
Yeah, I seen the bloke with white beard.
Yeah.
Pop right round there. Yeah, come back round.
What's going on?
Nothing, boss. Fuck all.
Well, we should have an interesting patrol this afternoon, then.
The sniper's now fled, but the soldiers are preparing to go out on foot patrol to hunt him down. Nari-Siraj is a district littered with IEDs. It's one of the most dangerous areas in Afghanistan. And Darren's been given the responsibility of leading the patrol from the front, a role called point man.
A lot of people fear this job. A lot of people are scared to be point man. Down to you to spot anything dodgy that you think your team or you're going to stand on.
It's a big responsibility because you've got to keep everybody safe.
Stage patrol.
Before the soldiers leave their checkpoint, they need to plan their route carefully.
Okay, then as we push through here, we'll need to have a good look at the atmospherics. If there's no one around, then we need to start being worried. So we need to make sure we're fucking switched on and we're aware to the threat. This alleyway here just looks horrendously vulnerable. Okay, so, me too. Okay, we'll go nice and steady there. And that's basically what's going to happen.
Last fight, Clarky.
Possibly, so I'm going to enjoy it.
Darren's fellow soldier is 21-year-old James Clark. He was an unemployed builder before he joined the army 18 months ago.
Fortunately, we haven't encountered any IEDs. We haven't found any. We know that they are in the area, but we haven't found any as of yet. So, yeah, hopefully, touch wood, things keep going the same way.
Unlike Darren, who's already been to Afghanistan with the Territorial Army, this is James's first tour of duty.
Daz has been awesome. I mean, he's been out before, so he's pretty switched on and he's been helping me out.
Just goes to show I've been grafting, doesn't it? Got a couple more months left in them bad boys. Easy.
It sounds gay, but I do feel a lot safer when Daz is at the front because his ground sign of being able to spot things is second to none. He just seems to have a natural gift for it.
Let's see if we can find some Taliban, shall we?
Nari Siraj is a farming community, and the local population live in basic villages called compounds. It's recently become more dangerous because the Taliban have been pushed here by the coalition troops. And it's now something of a last stand. A location the Taliban are ruthlessly trying to keep a foothold in through the use of sniper attacks and IEDs. And being point man, it's Darren's responsibility to check their route for any suspicious objects.
My eyes are constantly scanning because I don't want any of my blokes standing on anything I've missed. You choose a route, right, and if you think it's safe, the whole team will go through that route. They're relying on me to do this.
Ho. What's the problem? See the rocks by the tree there? Just gonna have a quick look at this here.
This time, the suspicious object Darren has spotted is not an IED, and it's safe to move forward. But it's not just IEDs they have to face. One of their biggest challenges is distinguishing the Taliban from local Afghans.
When was the last time the Taliban came here? This is years ago.
There's 2 murder bombs in there.
No one in there? No.
We know each other, we're friends, yeah.
Who's saying it's quite hard for us to tell who's Taliban, who's not. Although now we're getting to know the locals.
Yeah. No. Eyes have good, yeah?
Eyes have good.
Good.
Yeah, Super Son said. Yeah, I got eyes on meat now.
After a 4-hour patrol, they've not located the sniper who fired at them and are returning to their checkpoint. And Darren is still waiting for his first significant contact with the enemy.
Yeah, I want a good scrap. I think everybody does. I mean, we are fighting soldiers, and these are dangerous places. That's what we're here to do, isn't it? Is to fight. You gotta think at the same time. Fuck that, because I might get shot, so I'm out.
For some of the more experienced soldiers in A Company, veterans of numerous tours of duty, avoiding contact with the enemy is no bad thing.
If the first couple of tours you think, yeah, you want to get into a firefight, you want to do all the things you see in the movies, and especially for lads, their first tour, they want to do all that. And then, week 6, when they're treating all their mates, they've all been hit, and it's a bit like reality sets in for them that, war is not as glorious as they thought it was.
8 weeks into the tour, of the 110 men the company arrived with, there have been over 20 casualties and 2 fatalities.
Now, so far in the first 7 weeks, we've had, I think it's 4, we've had 23 casualties in A Company so far. We've had a few gunshot wounds, bits and pieces, but the CIDs, when they take out 4, 5, 6 men at a time, then blokes starting to start hit them a bit more. There's a lot more threat from the IEDs than there is gunshot wounds and frag and bits and pieces.
Less than 1,000 metres away, Andrew's multiple of 8 soldiers are stationed at Patrol Base 4. They're just returning after a dawn patrol. Nearly 2 months into the tour, Andrew is now well aware of the major threat they face.
It's the IEDs that bother me, you know, every time I go out on the ground. Well, I've took photos of my legs and I've named them, just in case I lose them. And everybody's done the same, you know, because you go out, especially Sarhad, where we are now, you know, we've lost a few blokes there, and every time you go out, you say goodbye to your legs and then say hello to them when you come back in.
What are they called?
I've named them Dave and John, so hopefully I'll keep them now.
He's also got a newfound respect for the enemy he's fighting.
Before I come out here, I just thought they were a bunch of nutters just running around with a weapon, but you know, they've figured everything out and they plan things, you know, especially, and they're good at doing IEDs, and you know, they channel us into where IEDs are. They'll contact us knowing that they're going to push us through where IEDs are, and yeah, it's scary because obviously you don't want to go where they want to push you, but sometimes you have no choice.
We have Kian's birthday, so we're going to do him a small party because his dad's not here, and I thought it'd be nice for him. He's got me give me some money to buy him some presents, so he hasn't opened them yet. I think I'm coping with it better than I thought I would, to be honest. It's better, I think, when you can talk to people as well, talk to loads of people, and on Facebook as well. I speak to Darren's mum and that, so we just keep in touch with one another.
No.
These are from his dad.
Right, these ones are from Daddy. Daddy sent you these. Oh, wow.
Hopefully take loads of pictures, so that way it's not missing out so much. You can see them then.
Ready? Not blow yet. Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Kian. Happy birthday to you.
It's been a violent start to the tour for A Company. And for Company Commander Chuckles, it's been tough going.
Every time you take a casualty, at the forefront of your mind is this is bad news, but at the same time you're trying to think as to how you're going to rectify this and how you can keep going so that tomorrow you won't stumble, you'll keep fighting. This isn't going to calm down. You can't take your foot off the gas. Once you've stepped beyond the enemy lines, so to speak, and you've made him turn around and the pressure eases on your protected community, well, then we've got one hell of a fight elsewhere. And that is exactly what we're having right now.
Lads, let's push out into the entrance as soon as we can.
Chuckles is now getting ready to advance to the enemy to try and drive them into the desert. A high-risk strategy in an area where 2 of A Company's soldiers have been killed in the last 3 weeks.
Just think light feet, all right?
The most recent fatality from his company was 20-year-old rifleman Martin Lamb, blown up by an IED. Now Chuckles and his men are passing through the exact field where he was blown up.
He was killed about 2.5 weeks ago now. It was his funeral on Friday. He was married to Melissa.
Their objective today is to try and draw out the Taliban and provoke a firefight.
But they'll only take us on when they're comfortable and they know exactly where we are and how many we've got on the ground. They're not as people say. They're not into this whole gonna die thing. They want to live to fight another day. They're not suicidal. They're very good.
Fine, let's go.
As they continue to enter into enemy territory, it's not long until their presence attracts attention and Chuckles and his men come face to face with the Taliban.
50 metres down to the corner. Confirm 3-3. 3-3. That way. Right, just hold your fire. We've got to start peeling north. We're going to get fucking wrapped up here. Let's go north. Go.
Eventually, Chuckles and his men pull back. Fortunately, this time, there are no casualties.
One better seeing you again.
Returning to the patrol base, Chuckles reflects on how his men performed in battle.
The enemy decided to engage us from 3 positions all in all. The men reacted well, albeit it looked slightly shambolic if you were to look at video footage, I'm sure. But they're not afraid to get stuck in at all, and it's just about to control them. This is about keeping your cool under contact.
Yeah, Roger. Leverett breaking in inside the front, Dusty or hitting Dusty. I'm trying to find out now from the fangers.
A few miles away, Darren's checkpoint have just received an alert. A car full of wounded Taliban has been spotted in their patrol area.
We've got his kits on, quick as you can. Meansy, basically we're heading straight down that irrigation ditch due south into the tree line so we get eyes on Dante. A sniper has tagged an insurgent over in Kilo Company's AO, and they've got a stretch party coming straight down Dante at the moment. Careful on this route because it's slightly dodgy.
Despite having to move quickly to intercept the insurgents, the soldiers must walk carefully. The pressure's on for point man Darren, who might be about to get his first major fight with the enemy.
Come on, guys, quick as you can. Run in. Right, guys, we're waiting on a white estate, okay? Apparently they just broke the world record for the amount of insurgents you can fit in a white estate. So there's going to be quite a few of them. And they've possibly got packs running in front of the vehicle for protection. Up in Delport, let me know when you see a car, okay? It's about a K away. It's moving reasonably fast, so we've got about 5 minutes. Okay, we're stopping this at all costs, fellas. 0-1 to Alpha.
All right, fellas, good effort, but it's headed south when it got to Nick 3-3.
All right, let's head off back. Meansy, when you're ready.
That is a kick in the balls.
The Taliban have changed direction and got away, meaning Darren has once again missed the opportunity to engage the enemy.
When you're going somewhere and you don't know nothing about it, you're imagining a war zone from World War II, where as soon as we land, you're fighting on the front line. You think you're going to be fighting 24/7. You think you're going to be dodging IEDs left, right and centre. But you're not. It's nothing like that at all.
Chuckles is out on another patrol, still trying to hunt down the Taliban. But as they approach a local compound, there are no locals in sight, and Chuckles is becoming increasingly concerned that they're about to walk into a trap.
It's never, ever this quiet. Stand, son.
riflemen have picked up a twin flex wire, it's essentially a command wire IED.
Basically what it is a large sandbag full of shipyard confetti attached to a gas cylinder. In the gas cylinder is a detonator, and that's as crude as it needs to be, but that is all it needs to be.
Unfortunately, this means it's sort of go hold for a while.
The soldiers now have to hold their positions and wait for backup to come and destroy the device. And even though they've found the IED, they're still in danger. They're now a sitting target for a sniper attack.
One-two Bravo, is there off check?
After a 7-hour wait, the counter-IED team from Camp Bastion finally arrive.
Hoorah!
Yeah, that sounds good. So you're just going to jack up the explosion now, is he? Yeah, we're going to try and get that done now. Okay, got it.
You've seen the guy's motto now, when the dust settles. That's how many times we've been blown up.
Okay, we're good to go.
Okay, 10-second countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole!
You tell him he's okay now.
What did Hector write, Nancy? To Daddy, we love you. Happy Father's Day. Love from Hector and Nancy. There we go. Woo!
Chuckles' wife, Polly, can't avoid the reality of having her husband fighting in a war zone.
British soldier from the engineers killed. Just another one, isn't it, Nancy? Yeah? So, and I know that a lot of them are attached to with Chuckles at the moment, so it's, you know, it's hard to know whether they're with him or where they're from or, you know, whether it's something that you should be worried about. And it's just such a tiny little strap at the bottom of when to us it's so important. So, you know, but that's, I suppose, anything, isn't it? They'll cut to the weather any minute. It's up there with that important. Come on then, let's go home. I bet he's got really smelly breath, do you? Yeah, so put some mints in, some tea bags, biltong, and some biscuits for him. Yeah, we don't put notes in because since the worst has started happening, and people are going to think I'm really odd and very black, I just said to Chuckles, tell the boys that if the worst should happen to you, to just dish your boxes round because they won't fall upon any love notes or, my mum thinks it's very World War II and stoic. Just hold it there with your finger. But I don't get 14 boxes of pepperoni back to me amongst all the other stuff. There we are, so we've dropped that in at the post office when we go pick up Hector, shall we?
Back in Doncaster, Darren's mum is also packing a special welfare box.
He's 23 while he's over there, and I won't get to see him on his birthday, so I'm going to send him a birthday box full of goodies. I've got a pin the tail on the donkey game. Droopy glasses, which I'm sure he'll wear. I hope he decorates his little tent up. I've got him a hat with, it took 23 years to look this good, because he's a poser. Do you know, we were thinking the other day that Darren was 13 when this started, all this over there in Afghan. I didn't think that I'd be packing a birthday box up, thinking that he'd be over there. 13-year-old. I can remember him watching it on telly when, you know, when the planes went in the Twin Towers. And he said to me then, he said, "This is big, this, isn't it?" You don't think your children are going to be involved in a war somewhere? Well, I didn't, anyway.
The soldiers of A Company are supposed to rotate between the isolated checkpoints and Patrol Base 4, with its air conditioning and fresh rations. But over 2 months into the tour, Darren and his group of 8 other soldiers are still stuck out at Checkpoint 2. And the harsh conditions are starting to take their toll.
It's another day in paradise. Constantly fucked. Constantly just, like, miserable. Everybody's just walking about like zombies. Yeah, got here, we was told we'll come here for 30 days, and then we was rotating with the other multiple in the platoon. That got jacked off. We've been here like 6 weeks now. We've got another 3 weeks left, so we'll be here 2 months before we actually go back to the PV4. Fuck knows what's going off, they don't really tell us. We just get left here, outcast.
But today is a special day for Darren, his 23rd birthday.
I'll show you what I got. It took 23 years to look this good. Pin the tail on the donkey game, could play that. Blow your nose with a £10 note. This one's good. This is from Sophie, my niece. She seems to think that there's no flowers in Afghan. So she always draws me some and sends me and brighten up my day. Happy birthday. Very gay.
Even though it's his birthday, Darren's still got to cook dinner for the rest of the lads.
What we'll do is put the sauces in there with the sausages and all that. We can make it like a little stir fry.
What, this part of these sauce sets prepared?
Yeah.
We'll stick in there, yeah?
Yeah, we'll put it all in there and the sausages in there.
It's like Blue Peter, isn't it?
Just mix it all up, put some tomatoes in. You alright, man? Like a bolognese sauce.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's good stuff, yeah? Prick. I'll just have it all to myself then. Scuffs up!
You right?
That's alright. That's alright. Yeah, sons, try that. Boss.
Finally, war is here, and now is our front line. It's us that's on the net now, we're fighting for our lives. So we'll keep our heads down, watch our step, as choppers fly by. So when all's said and done, all everyone wants is to make it home alive.
Where's that? Yankee 2 Foxtrot what?
At Patrol Base 4, an emergency code has come through from a neighbouring regiment, the Highlanders.
Someone after you trying to get hold of Roberts.
A British soldier has disappeared, Emergency code, man away.
The man away scenario is quite possibly the most daunting and scary issue you'll have to deal with out here. Everything stops at that moment. Everything becomes about trying to find and rescue the rifleman or the Highlander in question. It becomes your sole focus is getting a Highlander back.
And what we believe is now happening is the British Army is throwing every man and every spare helicopter into the search for this soldier.
As the hunt continues, the soldiers are thinking about the consequences of one of their own going missing.
19, was he? I think it's all around the UK already. People are talking about it on Facebook. Crazy.
One through Bravo through Alpha, that's top. Yeah, one south.
Later that night, the body of the missing soldier was found. Highlander Scott McLaren was 20 years old.
Everything that happened on this past sort of 24 hours has just been immense, and the effort that's sort of gone into finding the Highlander. And in the end, one of my multiples found him, unfortunately, and that sort of closed the chapter on it. But there's I say close the chapter, that's the immediate chapter. It's all the consequence management now afterwards, and trying to understand the story between the time we realised he was essentially missing, or the guys realised he was missing, to finding his body.
I think I respect life a bit more as well. Since, you know, I respect my own country and appreciate it, should I say. You know, I definitely appreciate life a bit more since I've been out here. You know, you learn a lot, become a lot closer with the lads I'm working with, and I think I will be with my family as well. You know, because you never know whether you're going to come home, and there's a lot of lads that won't, and there's a few that haven't, you know, and I've not made it home already. It makes you realise, you know, where you are, and definitely.
Can you get eyes on the wagon east to west from 3-8? People say, oh, it's the PlayStation generation. You look around here and you tell me where the PlayStation generation is. These guys are as hard as their forefathers, and just as capable, if not more capable.
You have your days, you have your moments where it's up and down, like, yeah, I love the army, I love it, you know what I mean, I'm enjoying it out here and all that, and you just make plans, like, for when you're getting home. I want to do these courses, I want to do this, that and the other, make a good career out of it. But then there's other times where you think, what the fuck am I doing here? To be quite honest with you, at the minute, I couldn't give a flying fuck about the country. I'm just doing my job, doing what I'm told. And then just go home. That's it.
Soldier on, keep your heart close to the ground. Don't think about it.
Well, sadly, that was the last in the series of Young Soldiers, but fear not, because next Thursday at 9, we're making an appointment to see the junior doctors for our 1-year checkup.
Keep your heart close